Ronnie, are you there? I am so sorry to do this last minute. I know it's really bad, but I just won't be able to make it to the wedding today. I just had something come up and I won't be able to go. Wait, you really won't be able to make it at all today? Aw, well, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm going to miss you. Is everything okay? Are you sick or something? No, I'm not sick. It isn't anything like that. The thing is that I'm actually getting married today as well. So I just can't go to yours when I've got my own to go to. Hold on a second. I'm confused. You're getting married today too? Well, that's amazing. Wow. Congrats. I don't even know what to say, but this is so sudden. I had no idea. It is a bit sudden, yes. But the thing is that if I don't get married to my fiancé today, then he's going to end up getting married to you. I had to make sure that our wedding went down in the books before yours did. Wait, I'm sorry. I don't get it. What are you saying? What does that mean? I'm trying to say that I've stolen your fiancé, Toby. So sorry if that clashes with your wedding plans, though. I know you'll forgive me since we're such good friends, though. What? No, wait. What? Sarah, what are you talking about? You and Toby are getting married? Today? With Toby? You? Oh, whoa. This is way funnier than I thought it would be. You're so funny. Do you know that? This isn't a joke. I'm seriously really lost here. I don't get it. What do you mean that you and Toby are getting married? Are you serious? Of course I'm serious. This is my marriage that I'm talking about. Tell me, has Toby even showed up to your wedding venue yet? I think you'll find your answer there. Hold on. He actually hasn't shown up yet. Where is he? But, well, I got here early, so there's still time for him to show up. I know for a fact that he'll be here in 10 minutes. He has to come. Okay then, if that's what you think. I guess you can wait 10 minutes and then tell me what happens. Although I already know what's going to happen. Toby, what is going on? Where are you? Why haven't you arrived here yet? Everyone is waiting for you. It's way past when you said that you would be here.
Wait, hold on. Are you seriously still hoping that I'm going to be showing up there? I thought you and Sarah already talked this out, right?
Wait, what?
Do you finally get it now? Have you finally wrapped your head around what's going on? Sarah and I have gotten married, and that is that. Sorry if you thought you and I were getting married today, but that is just not the case.
I don't know what to say. I'm shocked. I mean, we're really not getting married at all? I mean, my friend stole my fiancé? How did this happen? What's going on?
Alright, you're clearly in shock, so let me spell this out for you. The fact of the matter is that you are not good enough to marry the son of a CEO like me. But Sarah, unlike you, is good enough for me.
What do you mean? How can you say something like that?
You see, I'm going to be the one to inherit my family's fortune and company. I have to think about my future really seriously. I need to find a wife that's good enough to be at my side. I have to make my network my net worth. Got it?
So then, that's why you got together with my friend Sarah?
That's right. It's more than fair enough to say that she is obviously cuter than you. So that makes her the perfect wife. Knowing how much better looking she is than you is going to motivate me in the future to work harder. Being with you would just hold me back. She's obviously the best suited to become the future wife of a future CEO.
Is this some kind of joke? What is going on here? You want a wife that would support you? Do you really think that I wouldn't have done that for you?
What are you talking about? All you've ever done is look down on me and treat me like an idiot. You've really changed as a person ever since your career took off. You know that? Ever since you got the promotion and became my boss, you've always treated me as if I'm stupid ever since then.
You can't be serious. Please tell me that that's not how you really feel about me.
Just think about it. Anytime I make even the slightest mistake at work, you show no mercy and always lay into me. All because you got a promotion before I did. I was your boyfriend. Why did you talk to me like that?
Hold on a second. Are you talking about what happened last month? That wasn't just a tiny mistake. That was a huge deal that you caused. You cost the company $1 million. I'm sorry that it upset you, but as your boss, it was my job to make sure that you understood just how serious what you did was.
Oh, give me a break. You kidding me? You my boss, or you my lover? You're a woman, so the answer is pretty obvious, don't you think? The fact of the matter is that no woman should ever talk down to her man like that.
I don't believe you. Please tell me that you don't actually think that's how things work. Do you really think that I should have just let you go with a slap on the wrist for that? It was all your fault. What was I supposed to do? Just say pat you on the head and say that you didn't do anything wrong? You were the one who told me when I got promoted that you wouldn't mix work and home life.
Well, yeah, I said that. But I quickly learned that I didn't actually want to do that. And unlike you, Sarah is actually nice to me all the time. Whenever I made a mistake at work, when you got that promotion before me, Sarah was always there with a kind word to say to me.
Hold on a second. Are you telling me that this affair has been going on since before I got the promotion? I mean, I got promoted 2 years ago. How long has this been going on?
I don't know. I didn't write it down in my calendar or anything like that. But anyways, the fact is that I'm with Sarah now. We're married, and you and I are through. The past is the past and doesn't have anything to do with us now.
I don't know what to say. What is the matter with you? You're sick.
I'm not sick. I made a logical choice to pick Sarah, who will always support me over you, the mean woman boss who always talks down to me. Also, I quit. I'm gonna go back to my parents and take over their business.
Are you being serious? You're really quitting to me like this? All right then. As your boss, I accept your resignation.
Well, I wasn't asking your permission. I already left my letter of resignation on your desk. Once you've finished explaining to everyone that your wedding is over, you can go to the office and check for yourself.
You already wrote your letter of resignation? Wow, you must really be serious about this.
Of course I'm serious. To be honest, I would have liked to stay at that company a little longer so that I could get a bit more experience for when I take over the family business, but as you can see, things change. Anyways, I gotta go do my best to become a CEO for my new wife's sake.
Oh man, yesterday was such a blast. I am beat. I bet you had quite the day yesterday too, right? Having to cancel all those wedding plans last night and explain to everyone what happened. You thought that you were going to have such an amazing wedding and it all fell apart. I hope you were crying the whole time. Actually, if you really want to know, I was so shocked yesterday that I didn't even cry at all. But everyone did feel really bad for me. Yeah, I bet they did. I mean, who wouldn't feel bad for someone whose husband ran away from them to marry someone else on the day of their wedding? I bet they all must have thought you were just the most pathetic woman ever. But all the while, Toby and I were the ones actually getting married. We just got a notice from the court that it's official. Oh, I see. Is that so? Well, congrats to the two of you, I guess. I hope you both have a happy life or whatever. Honestly, I just don't even know what to say to this. I mean, how is someone even supposed to react when something like this happens to them? Oh, thank you so much. Now I'll be a CEO's wife. Isn't that great? And while I cheer for Toby on the sides, I'll be living in the lap of luxury. A lap of luxury, huh? Right. But are you really sure about that? You think that's what's going to happen? Of course that's what's going to happen. Why else do you think that I stole Toby from you in the first place? I was always thinking of how to make him mine ever since I met him. Or rather, as soon as I knew who his family was. I really didn't think much of him at first, but knowing that his father was a CEO changed all of that. I knew that I had to make him mine. Wow, I just really don't even know what to say. But I guess you two probably really deserve each other if that's the reason why you're marrying him. But I just really hope that you realize what you've done. You should know that I'm not even mad, but my parents and all of our friends sure are. I don't really care what you or anyone else thinks, to be honest. They can all cut me off and out of their lives if they want. I'm going to be the wife of a CEO. What do I care? Are you serious? Do you seriously not realize what you've done? I don't care if I lose all of my friends because I can just make new rich friends. You thought you were going to be living the pampered life, but you were wrong. I'm the one who's going to have that life. Plus, we are going to throw a huge, expensive wedding ceremony, buy a new car, move into a penthouse. Oh my gosh, my heart is fluttering in my chest. You'll eat your words one day. You don't have a single idea what you're talking about. The wedding, the car, the penthouse. You're seriously dreaming if you think any of that is happening. You know, jealousy looks really, really ugly on you. And Toby is never ever going to get back with you ever again. I know that you're probably feeling crushed, but you need to wake up and face reality. I mean, it's already official. Toby and I are already legally married. You thought that you were going to marry rich and be a CEO's wife, but it was me. Except you do know that his dad's company doesn't even exist anymore, right? Wait, what do you mean by that? I don't understand. Of course it still exists. Do you have any idea what you're even saying? I know you're jealous, but there's no need to lie about anything. That is just taking it a little too far, don't you think? Yeah, I'm not jealous of you at all. In fact, I just really pity you. I know that you're really excited about all of this, but the fancy wedding, the car, the penthouse, none of that is going to happen. I mean, it might if you take out some huge loans or something, but yeah, good luck, you two. Hold on. What are you talking about? What do you mean that the company doesn't exist? That doesn't make sense. Of course it exists. I mean, Toby told me that he was going to be taking over his dad's company. Yeah, he might be taking it over by his imagination, but yeah, the fact is that his family's company went under and is bankrupt. I know that last night you two were so excited for your futures, but I was more confused as to what you were talking about more than anything. I don't get it. What do you mean the company is bankrupt? How can that be? I haven't heard anything about this. Even Toby, who is right here next to me, is telling me that this is the first he's hearing about it. No way. I know that can't be true. His parents talk all the time about how much trouble the business is in. I even remember them talking about having to close down once. There is no way that this is the first time that Toby is hearing of this. But Toby is telling me that he really had no idea at all, and your story isn't adding up. I mean, you and him were supposed to have some crazy expensive wedding that his parents were going to pay for, right? How could people running a bankrupt company afford to pay for a wedding like that? Well, that's just it. They felt just awful about losing the business, which they were hoping to leave to their son. They said that the least they could do was pay for our wedding, and so they did. No, that can't be right. Are you serious? Apparently, the bankruptcy has been coming for some years now. They tried to push it off for as long as they could, but they saw the writing on the wall. There's no company and barely even any inheritance to speak of. They felt so bad, so they felt like the least they could do was to pay for their dear son's wedding. They were just glad that their son had a good, stable job, but Toby went and brought the whole wedding to nothing. He basically spat in the face of the hard work of his parents. So then, his parents didn't pay for such an expensive wedding because they just had so much wealth that they could easily afford it? No, of course not. They basically wiped out the last of their savings to afford it. His parents wanted that to be their last gift to Toby, and he ruined it all. You have to be kidding me. That can't be right. His family was supposed to be rich. This was my plan for the rest of my life. But they're bankrupt? My whole plan. All gone. My beautiful future in ruins? You know that running a company is really hard, don't you? And many that aren't huge are barely just turning a profit. Just because someone has their own company doesn't mean they're rich. Many companies go under. It's just a fact of life. I don't get it. So you knew all of this, but you still wanted to marry Toby? Why would you do that if you weren't even going to be a CEO's wife? Why did you want to marry him if he didn't have any money? I wasn't marrying him for his money or to become a CEO's wife or anything like that. I knew that his family business was going under, but I wanted to marry Toby because I really liked him. Are you kidding me? Is that it? You wanted to marry him out of love? That's right. I really admired that even though he kept making mistakes at work, he didn't quit and kept on trying. But after I got my promotion, he started acting really coldly, and it felt like we hardly talked after that. I thought that things would have changed after we got married, but we know how that went. So I guess I have to say that I'm really grateful to you. I don't believe this. I don't know what to say. This is crazy. So, thank you so much, Sarah. You saved me from marrying a serious idiot. You saved me from a world of pain, you know? Instead, you've become the idiot's wife instead. This can't be right. What is this? What's going on? This can't be right. Anyways, good luck with the rest of your life with Toby. Make sure to have enough fun for the both of us.
Hey, Ronnie. What's going on here? Just how long have you known about my family's company being bankrupt? I mean, I had no idea about any of it, so how did you hear about this before I did?
Toby, what are you talking about? Your parents told us this a while ago. We both knew about this well before we were supposed to get married. In fact, I have no idea how you had no idea about any of this. Do you seriously not remember them talking about their business being in trouble or when they filed for bankruptcy? I mean, do you even listen when they talk?
No, it isn't that. I was just so sure that I was going to be taking it over. I thought that they were just talking about how hard they were working. I thought that's just how you talked when you owned a business. I was just being a good son.
Wait, a good son? What do you mean by that?
Well, who asks about how much people make or how business is really going? I wasn't trying to impose on them or ask things that weren't my business.
But you were going to take over the business, so you thought that you were just being polite or something?
I would just ask how work was, and he would just say that it was hard, and I thought that he was just making polite conversation, but I thought the business was still going.
Are you kidding me? You were going to take over the business, Toby.
But they paid for our wedding. How was I supposed to know that they had no more money after that? I mean, whenever I would visit home, they always had food, they always looked like they were comfortable. I don't get it.
I really just don't know what to say. I mean, these are your parents that we're talking about. How could you not ask them more about their lives? They sold what they could of their business and wanted to try and give us a good wedding as a final gift.
Is that what happened? I just thought that they wanted to give us a nice wedding is all.
You really are stupid. You know that? I mean, wow. Just wow.
But what should I do? This is really, really bad, right? I mean, I never even thought of what I would do if the family business went under. I quit my job because I thought I had it made. I need you to take my resignation letter and burn it right away.
I am so sorry to say, but I actually already processed the letter this morning, so there's no going back now.
Wait, you did what? Are you serious? So you mean that I officially have no job at all? Well, this is awful. I never wanted this to happen to me. This isn't why I quit. Please, can't you talk to someone and ask them to undo this? I didn't mean to quit if this is what was going to happen to me. I thought that I was going to be moving on to bigger and better things. Surely a company can understand things not working out and take someone back after an experience like this, right?
You heard me. And no, there is no going back from what you did. The decision is permanent, and you are not getting another position here ever again. I guess you better go and find a new job to take care of that new wife of yours. Anyways, I think we're done here, right? Hey, I'm getting a divorce, so I need your help right now. Come take Toby off my hands for me. You can have him back. Excuse me, just what are you talking about? I can't stand being with Toby anymore, so I want to get a divorce from him. I stole him from you, so now I'm giving him back. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm not going to be taking him back at all. And just what is all of this about all of a sudden? I mean, you two just got married, right? Yeah, we did get married, and as soon as we did, Toby started using up all of my savings. He was talking about wanting to use my money to rebuild his family's company. He was talking about how much he needed capital, and he took my money. Wow, that is just terrible. Sounds like an awful place to be, really. I tried to talk him out of it and tell him no, but he just wouldn't take no for an answer. He told me that I promised to always support him and ran to take it all. He just kept saying that he was the son of a CEO, so he could do it. He thought it was just in his DNA. But just think about it. If he succeeds, then you could have your dream life again, right? Surely his parents weren't able to keep their company going, but who knows, in a couple of decades he might turn things around. Of course, that might take tens of thousands of dollars of investment, and he was raised by company founders, so who knows, he might have a chance. Of course he doesn't have a chance. What are you talking about? It's been a month and we're already $30,000 in debt. How are we supposed to turn this around? Whoa, are you serious? You're already that deep in debt? That's insane. He's just trying to throw things at the wall and see what sticks, but he doesn't have any planning done or anything like that. He doesn't even have any other investors. I mean, he doesn't even know what his product will be. How is he supposed to succeed like that? Yeah, you're right. It really does sound like he has no idea what he's doing with all your money. I can't take it anymore. I want a divorce and I want it now. This was supposed to be the start of my perfect life, and now it's a nightmare. None of my friends want anything to do with me anymore, and I can't leave the house because no one will host me. Please, do you think that you could lend me some money? Yeah, that makes sense to me. Everyone did say that they would want nothing to do with you after what you did. I know, it isn't fair. So please, you're the only person that I can turn to now. I need your help. Even my parents told me that this is all my fault. Can you believe it? You have to do something to help me. I can't stand being here anymore. I need to divorce Toby as soon as possible. Please take him back. I don't want him anymore. I already told you that that is not going to happen. He's your problem now, so you deal with him. And this is all your fault, and you did do it to yourself. Do you really not realize that? Please don't be like this. How can you be so cruel? Are you really just going to abandon me like this? Please, you have to do something. You can't just leave us both like this. I seriously need your help right now. Don't you get what a serious situation this is? I mean, we are already drowning in debt. Can't you do anything to help us out? This is a real time of need for me. I thought that we were friends, right? What kind of way is this to treat a friend? Remember all the good times that we had together? I am begging you here. Please help us out of this mess. I can't see a way out. Do you even remember what you did to me? You stole my husband and ruined my wedding. Goodbye. Wait, no. Please don't go. Please don't leave me like this. Can't you at least tell me where Toby's parents have gone to live? They already sold their old house. I don't know where I can kick Toby out to if I don't know where his parents are. His parents are actually living in some corporate housing. I heard about how they had to sell their old house and land due to bankruptcy. They were going to move into some small apartment together, but I offered them to move into some of our corporate housing instead. Wait, really? So that means that you do know where they are right now, right? I do, but I won't be telling. Actually, if you'd like to know, my company's in talks with them about investing into their new company. It's an idea as a subsidiary of our own. They seem really excited about the idea and already have years of experience. Seems like it won't be long before the two of them are back on their feet. I had no idea about any of that. That's amazing. That's right. They are really bringing a lot to the table and work great with the team that we have here. Things are basically going great for them. Wow, so they really are working hard then, huh? They are, although I'm really not sure how much of that spirit they passed along to Toby through their DNA or whatever he was going on about. I don't think that business know-how works that way. That is what I've been trying to tell him, but still he insists on using up my money and we are living on a shoestring budget. At this rate, I'm not sure how much more of this we can take. Well, then it sure is a good thing that you promised to support him always, right? Anyways, good luck being married to that guy. Sarah and Toby really thought that they were the perfect match for each other, but by the end of the month, the two of them were over $100,000 in debt. Sarah ran away from the house in the middle of the night. She still texts me now and then asking for money, but I just ignore her. As for Toby's parents, their company is taking off and they're regularly sitting at some top-level meetings with their parent company. We see each other in the break room and always have a good time talking.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey
Hey Lila, just want to let you know that starting from tomorrow, my little sister is going to be living with us. So sorry to ask, but I think you might need to prepare the guest room before then.
Wait, what? You mean Lila is going to be staying with us? And she's going to be arriving tomorrow?
Yeah, that's right. Apparently she's been looking around for a job for a long time, but still hasn't found one. But she figured there's no real rush since she's just graduated, so she's just not going to work for a little bit.
Hold on a second. What? Are you serious?
Yeah, well, she will find a job eventually and stuff. But for now, she's just going to be living with us until then, okay? I mean, it's not like I can just let my sister live all by herself when she doesn't even have a job, you know?
But Chris, how can you just drop this on me so suddenly? I mean, you never mentioned anything about any of this to me before, and this house belongs to my family.
I know, but I just didn't ever have any time to tell you it was happening. And besides, she only has until the end of the week to move out of her apartment, so she doesn't have any time to find a new place to live. We just figured that this would be the easier solution for all that she's going through right now.
And she doesn't have anywhere else to go? Why can't she live with your parents at their house? Why does she have to come and live with us?
That's because she still wants to find a job and live in the city, and our parents live way out in the boonies. She's worried that if she goes to live with them, that she'll be stuck out there forever. But also, rent is so expensive. And her parents said that now that she's graduated, she needs to support herself. So, as her older brother, it's up to me to step in and help her out.
And there really was no other option that you two can come up with besides having her move in with us. Well, if she's going to be living here with us, that we should ask her to contribute at least $200 to her living expenses a month. What do you think?
Hold on a second. You want to charge my sister for living with us? But I just finished telling you that she doesn't even have a job.
Look, she doesn't need to find a full-time job just to pay $200. That's really like child's play money right there. Just tell her that if she is going to be living with us, that she needs to take a part-time job or something to help contribute to the house. I think charging $200 a month is actually a great deal for rent in this city that you said is so expensive.
No. We are not going to be making family members pay to live with us. That's ridiculous.
Are you serious, Chris?
Like it or not, she is family and she is your older sister-in-law. So anyways, you need to show some respect and let her live with us. Got it?
Okay then. If she isn't going to pay any rent and just have a free living expense here, can we substitute it with her at least helping to clean up around here?
Are you kidding me right now, Lila? She's been running herself into the ground looking for a job, and you want to make her work while she's with us?
So you just want to let her live in our house, oh wait, let me correct myself, my house, and not have her do one single thing. Just live here rent-free, not helping me. She's basically a freeloader when you think about it. I'm sorry, but I refuse to go with any of these plans you have, Chris. This doesn't make any sense.
You're not getting it. My sister brings one thing to the house that we'll really need.
Oh, so she is bringing something. And what is that exactly?
Well, when she moves in with us, she's going to be bringing her Mastiff with her too.
Wait a second. She's going to be moving in and bringing a huge dog with her too?
Yeah, she adopted the little fella about a month ago. She was getting so stressed out looking for a job and needed some companionship. At first, he was so tiny, but now he's a great big dog perfect for guarding the house while we're away. So it's really a 2-for-1 deal, get it? Besides, surely you want a dog to have around the house too, right?
Why would your sister adopt a dog when she has no money and she's about to be kicked out of her apartment? And most of all, why would she choose such a huge breed? Besides, you know the big dogs freak me out. I told you that I was bitten by one when I was little, remember?
I know, but think of it as a chance to grow up and face your fears. Anyways, just make sure that Meg's room is ready by tomorrow, okay?
Hey Lila, you there? I was just curious. Did you put tomatoes in that pasta you made for lunch? Because I actually really hate tomatoes.
Oh, really? I had no idea about that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so while I'm really glad that you're nice enough to make my lunch every day, could you please try and make something without tomatoes next time? I would have thought that my brother already told you about the things I like and don't like to eat. So maybe just be a little more considerate about my taste next time, okay?
You know, Chris and I have never talked about what you like and don't like to eat. But if you have a problem with what I cook for you, then maybe you can just get up and cook something yourself.
You mean you expect me to cook for myself?
Well, you only seem to complain about what I make for you, so why don't you just fix something for yourself since you know your taste so well? I mean, we're already letting you live here for free, and I'm cooking for you too, so if you have a problem for what I make for lunch, you can just make it yourself, like I said. Which reminds me, you really need to take better care of your dog and stop asking me to feed it and walk it for you. I'm not your mother, and I'm not going to keep doing everything for you now that you're a grown adult.
Ugh, you've got to be kidding me. I can't believe that you're going to treat me like this. I've been out all day looking for a job, you know? All I ask is that you fill up the doggy bowl every now and then, and this is how you treat me?
Oh, are you really looking for a job? Because it doesn't seem that way to me. Every time I walk by your room, all I see you doing is watching videos on YouTube. You're just goofing around.
Oh, that's not true. I really am looking for a job, I swear. You just happen to walk by when I'm taking little breaks because I'm so exhausted after looking for job after job and they just don't match the descriptions I'm looking for. The only problem is that I'm trying to find a job that's perfect for me and my lifestyle. I need one that pays me 50 grand a year, gives me weekends off as well as holidays, and if I don't have every one of those check marks listed, then I won't work. And do you really want me in the kitchen cooking for myself? Because I kept setting things on fire at my last place when I would try to do it. So if I try cooking for myself, I might just end up burning my big brother Chris's house down.
Well, if you can't get to the stove, why don't you just buy yourself some instant noodles and just heat it up in the microwave?
Wow, you know I don't have a job, so I don't have any money, and you're asking me to go out and buy my own lunch now too. All right then, how about you give me some money so I can go out and buy my own lunch then? That way, I wouldn't have to tell you how bad your cooking is every day.
You're fixing your mouth to ask me to buy you lunch now, too.
Yeah, and it would be really nice if you did that for me. I mean, I'm already getting an allowance from my big brother, but it just isn't enough to cover everything. He only gives me about $500 a month. Can you believe that?
Hold on a second. Chris is giving you $500 a month and you've already spent it all?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you now for money. You give me money, I buy my own lunch, and you don't have to cook for me anymore. I'm thinking maybe like $20 a day. How does that sound to you? That would put it around $600 a month, and yeah, I can work with that.
Letting you live in this house for free is more than you deserve. Are you seriously asking me for an allowance now too? I'm sorry, but I have no intention of paying you to do nothing all day, and I won't be giving you a dime.
Ugh, you are really a jerk. You know that? I can't believe that you're treating your younger sister-in-law this way, even though you know I don't have a job. I really never thought that you were this type of person before, Lila. Well, I have nothing more to say to you. Let me throw away this nasty pasta.
Hey, Meg, I was just curious if you were home. For some reason, my key isn't working on the front door. Would you mind opening it for me?
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one. I'm not going to let you take a single step in this house. And if you're wondering why your key isn't working, that's because I changed the locks on the door, so you can just turn around and find someplace else to live.
Oh, no, you didn't. You did what to the locks of the house?
Look, I had no choice. You were making this house an unbearable place to live in for me. You didn't cook for me in forever, and no matter how many times I asked, you never gave me any spending money. Well, I don't want a sister-in-law like you if that's how you're going to treat me, so you can just get out of here.
Are you kidding me? You are such a spoiled little brat, Meg. And unlike your brother, I am not going to tolerate this kind of nonsense from you anymore. I'm sorry things aren't perfect for you here, but you don't get to throw out the owner of the house because of it.
What are you even talking about, Lila? You don't own this house. Chris does. You may be his wife, but it doesn't mean that this house actually belongs to you or anything like that.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means that I heard from Chris about how you didn't even want me to come and live with you two in the first place. But I did get to come and live here because that decision isn't up to you. It's up to my big brother since it's his house.
Meg, you are really making a big mistake here.
And just what mistake might that be, huh? You think you can trick me because you're older or something? Well, from where I'm standing, this house is only for me and my big brother. I don't want to live with a jerk like you anymore, so just leave and never come back.
You are seriously asking for it, Meg.
I thought that my brother told you to be nice to me. Well, you haven't been nice to me ever since I got here. Not once. All you do is nag at me looking for a job.
And you have yet to find a job, right?
See, there you go again, like a broken record. It's never, how are you, Meg? Or, what did you do today, Meg? You only care if I have a job or not. Well, I'm sick and tired of it, you old hag.
What did you just call me?
I'm just so fortunate that my big brother has such a big heart and is willing to help people in need like me. But since you can't respect the rules of this house or my brother's wishes, then you can just leave. Just go.
Rules of the house, huh? How noble of Chris to use my house to help you.
Just what is that supposed to mean?
What that means is that you have no idea what you're talking about, little girl. You've been freeloading in my house this whole time, and instead of being grateful or offering to help out all day, you just do nothing, not even looking for a job. Well, I had my fill of your horrible, ungrateful attitude. I'm done.
Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean this is your house? That can't be right. My brother bought this house.
And just what makes you think that's the case? Tell me, who told you that?
Well, I mean, after you and Chris got married, you both moved in here, right?
You really don't have a single clue about what's going on, do you? Well, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but this is my family's heirloom. Both of my parents died when I was younger, and it had been sitting empty in this lot for a while. But after Chris and I got married, we decided to move into it and fix it up a bit, so the house never belonged to your brother.
Are you kidding me?
In fact, it was your big brother who told me literally one day before you showed up that you were going to be moving in here with no warning whatsoever, and you assumed you could do whatever you want because you thought it was Chris's home. But I refuse to stand by and do nothing anymore. If you want to keep living in this house, you are going to start paying rent every month.
Wait, what? You're going to start charging me rent now?
That's right. And for a place like this, I think a starting price of $2,000 is more than fair. And I'll start collecting on the 1st of the month, so don't be late paying your landlord.
But that's way too expensive. I can't afford that much in rent.
Oh, and that doesn't include utilities, not to mention the fact that you'll be buying your own food from now on. I imagine that'll probably be another $1,500 for utilities and probably another $2,000 a month for food and other living expenses. And maybe you can ask your big brother for help, but that means you're looking at another $4,000 a month to live here.
You expect me to pay $4,000 a month just to live here? But I don't even have a job. I don't have any income to pay you. I wonder if Chris will be able to afford all of that on his salary.
I really don't think that you're going to be able to ask him to cover everything. It's been a long time since his last raise, and he doesn't make that much anyways. I actually pay about 90% of all of our expenses, but I suppose it couldn't hurt to ask your big brother for help again.
Does my big brother really make that much of a low pay at his job?
That's right. But I know you can find a job somewhere that makes your checklist, that can really supplement your income. Although, it's really doubtful that you'd be making $50,000 out of the gate.
Hey, Lila, are you really going to be moving out of the house? You're really not going to be coming home at all?
I'm afraid so. Your sister locked me out of the house and told me to get out, so I don't have anywhere to go.
Well, don't worry. I spoke to Meg and I told her that she needs to get her act together. Please, you have to forgive her. She's still really young. Just come back home to us. Please?
I am only going to come home on the condition that if I do, Meg has to go.
Oh, come on. Don't be unreasonable, Lila. She's still looking for a job. You know this.
Well then, I guess I just won't be going back home. Maybe you heard from Meg, but I'm going to be charging both of you rent now that you'll be living there along with your sister, and I'm going to give you a special rate of $2,000 each a month. How's that?
Come on now, hon. You know that neither of us can afford that? Please don't act like this.
Act like what? I'm the one who was forced to take on a freeloader, and now I'm kicked out of my own house by said freeloader. I have half a mind to divorce you, Chris.
Hold on a second. You want to get a divorce now?
You just let your sister come to live with us without ever talking about it to me once. I'm your wife, and you just made this decision all on your own. Not only that, but you were giving your sister an allowance of $500 a month.
Well, I mean, come on. She's my little sister, and I felt really bad for her.
And what about your wife? Have you ever thought about me throughout this whole ordeal? Did you ever feel bad?
What do you mean?
I mean that last week was my birthday and you didn't do or get me anything. I've had so much stress building up ever since Meg came to stay with us, and you haven't done anything at all to help. If anything, you just lied to me about what you had so you could keep sponsoring Meg.
Now hold on. I wasn't lying per se.
I mean, I would have been happy if you had just gotten a cake from the grocery stores. It didn't have to be anything fancy. Don't you see how hard I've been working for all of us? No, I've made up my mind. I do want a divorce. I'm going to collect the paperwork first thing tomorrow.
Hold on a second, please. I really was hurting financially, I swear. And you're right. I should have talked about Meg moving in with us a long time ago. But we don't have to get a divorce over this, right?
It's way too late to try and apologize your way out of this now, Chris. If you really don't want this to be the end of us, then you need to put some action behind those words and do what's right.
Lila, please, you have to help me. My dog started growling at me and I think he's going to attack me.
What happened to your dog?
Well, after you finally got out of here, I thought that I would take him out for a walk since it had been so long, and then when I took him out of the house, he wasn't listening to me at all. He just got more and more upset with me, and he started to growl at me. I tried to pet him, and he nearly bit my hand off.
Wow, I wonder what could have gotten into him. He never acts like that when I'm taking him on walks before.
But then when I got back home, I couldn't open the door. I tried calling Chris, but he just told me to go away. He kicked me out of the house. Can you believe it?
No, I'm actually shocked. I guess he finally grew a backbone and put his money where his mouth is.
But I don't get it. Why can't I stay with you two any longer? Please, I can't be out here with this dog. Tell Chris to let me inside. I don't know what's gonna happen at this rate.
They always said dogs were a good judge of character. Maybe he understands just what you've been doing this entire time. Not to mention the fact that I've been the one taking care of him, and you were the one who threw me out. Oh, I guess he misses me, huh?
So you're saying that he thinks I'm a bad person or something like that? But he's my dog. I own him.
As for your brother, I told him that I would leave him if he didn't throw you out of the house. Well, I guess you can see the choice he finally made.
So he chose you over his own little sister? This is ridiculous. How could he just throw me out like this? My own brother.
Just give it a rest already. Go home, Meg, to your own parents' home. It's over. Can't you see that?
I can't do that, though. I told my mom and dad that I already found a job and a place to live here.
Why would you tell them something like that?
Well, I didn't want them to think that I didn't know how to take care of myself. I didn't even go to college. I've just been lying to them for the past 4 years about what I've been doing.
Well, in that case, you really need to go home and own up to them. I can't believe that you lied to me, your brother, and your parents about this whole entire thing.
But I really do want to find a job now, I promise. So please don't kick me out. It's the only place I've got to live now. I promise that I'll start paying rent as soon as I find a place to work.
No, I'm afraid that I've already made up my mind. In fact, I've already told your parents about what's been happening too, so I asked them to pick you up and take you home.
Wait, what? How could you do that? I'll have to tell them everything when they get here. You can't do this to me!
Well, it wasn't long after that Meg's parents showed up to our place to pick her up. I heard from Chris that they gave her a serious lecture in front of our lawn and our neighbors, and after that they dragged her back home and set her up with a job with a family friend who owns a small business. In exchange for letting Meg live with them, however, they had complete control over her salary. They made sure to give her a couple of $100 every month for whatever she wanted to spend it on, and the rest she had to pay for rent. Chris and I tried to make things work after all that happened, but it was no use. I mean, I told Chris again that I wanted a divorce, and he started to break down and cry in front of me. I told him that if he didn't want to lose me, he would have to work hard and pay his fair share of our expenses. After that, he really started to focus on his work and started getting more raises and promotions. As for me, well, things settled down after that. However, Meg's parents weren't really big fans of big dogs like the one she had, so I agreed to take him in, having grown fond of the cute little guy. He is a big dog, so he stays in the backyard with his own little doghouse, and yeah, he just has room to run and play and live the good life.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hey sis, who is that guy you were with today? That tall, handsome man? I had to do a double take because you two looked so mismatched. Like, seriously, I couldn't believe my eyes. You suddenly text me just for this? What are you talking about? I was in meetings most of the day. Don't play dumb. I saw you walking together downtown. He must have been at least 6'2", wearing that sharp navy suit. The way he carried himself. Oh, definitely executive material. Downtown around noon? You were there? I thought you were supposed to be at work today. I was headed to meet my boyfriend for lunch. We had reservations at that new fusion place. Otherwise, I would have totally followed you guys to see what was up. The way he smiled when talking to you. Though I bet he was just being polite. follow us. Oh, please don't do things like that, even if you had the time. That's borderline stalking, Emma. So who is the hottie? Come on, spill. Does he like blondes? What's his type? You must know since you work together. He's just someone from work, and I don't know his type. We keep things professional. Someone from work? Oh, just a colleague? There's no way someone like him is just anything. What department? What's his position? Is he single? Yes, a colleague. We're working on the same project. He's the project leader, and I'm his assistant. We had a business meeting today, and we just grabbed lunch during our break. That's all there is to it. So he's not your boyfriend? Though I don't know why I even asked. It's pretty obvious he's not. Of course not. I'm single right now, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Obviously, as if a guy like that would ever choose you. Let's be real. Someone as plain as you couldn't get a boyfriend anyway. When was your last date? 2 years ago? 3? If you just messaged me to insult me, I'm done. I've been in meetings all day and I'm tired. I don't need this from my own sister. Stop running from reality. You're not pretty. That's why you've been single forever. That hottie probably doesn't even notice you exist. I mean, look at yourself. Those boring pantsuits, that basic haircut, zero makeup game. Notice me? I told you, we're just colleagues. I don't need him or anyone else to notice me that way. Sure, he's way out of your league, so you're just telling yourself he's a colleague to cope. I mean, knowing your limits is good, but it's kind of pathetic. Unlike you, I'm different. I actually turn heads when I walk into a room. Just so you know, I won't give you his contact info even if you ask, so don't bother. What? Unlike you, I'm pretty enough to have a shot with him. We'd make the perfect power couple. I'm trying to let you play matchmaker here. You should be thanking me. My gorgeous looks, his success, we'd be unstoppable. I have zero interest in playing matchmaker. Besides, he's really busy right now with the project. I don't want to waste his time. Waste his time? What's that supposed to mean? Are you implying I'm not worth his time? Dealing with you would be a waste of time. He's focused on his career right now. Are you kidding me? Are you just jealous because I'm pretty? Because men actually want to date me, unlike some people I know? What? Unlike you, I actually have a chance with him. And don't be petty just because you're jealous that I can get guys you can't. I mean, when's the last time a guy even looked your way? That's not it at all. Either way, he's not available. And you have a boyfriend, remember? How would you know if we don't try? Fine, if you won't help, I'll figure it out myself. I always do anyway. It's not like you've ever helped me with anything. What exactly are you planning? Please don't do anything reckless. Well, now that I know he's a project leader at your company, I'll just wait outside the office. Maybe bring coffee sometime, bump into him accidentally. You know how these things work. Oh wait, you don't. Great, I've said too much. Emma, please don't. You work at a good company, and if he's a project leader, he must be a real corporate elite. Perfect for me. Just pretend you don't see me when I'm waiting outside, though that shouldn't be hard. You're practically invisible anyway. Wait, Emma, don't you have a boyfriend? What about Nathan? Oh, that placeholder boyfriend? You mean the waiter? Please. Placeholder? How can you say that? Nathan's been nothing but good to you. I mean, he's cute enough, but he's just a waiter at some chain restaurant. Anyone can get that kind of job. How can I plan a future with someone like that? An elite businessman is much better for my future. I shouldn't even be texting you right now. I need to book appointments at the salon, nail spa, and get my lashes done. Gotta look perfect when I accidentally bump into him. Emma, seriously, he's really busy with work right now. Don't cause trouble. Think about what you're doing. Busy with work? Oh, please, no man is too busy for someone who looks like me. You'll see. And when we're dating, maybe I can help you find someone too. Like maybe one of the security guards? That seems more your speed. You're impossible. Don't say I didn't warn you. Whatever, sis. While you're buried in your little assistant work, I'll be planning my future as a corporate wife. Should I go with the Louboutins or the Manilows for our first accidental meeting? I'm not participating in this conversation anymore. Fine, be that way. But don't come crying to me when you're still single and I'm living the high life with your hot colleague.
Thanks for your help today. We finished earlier than expected because of your support. Let's update the documents after the weekend. Your attention to detail really made a difference.
You must be exhausted after explaining the project at so many venues. Make sure to get some rest. These back-to-back presentations were intense.
Thanks. By the way, do you know someone named Emma? She's been quite persistent.
Wait, how do you know that name? Oh, please don't tell me.
A woman approached me outside the office today and said she was your sister. She was quite enthusiastic.
Was it this girl? I'll send you her photo. She sent this selfie last week.
Yeah, that's her. Different hairstyle, but same person. Even wearing the same coat. The pink designer one she kept mentioning, repeatedly.
I'm so sorry. Emma really is my sister, though sometimes I wish she wasn't.
No worries. Though to be honest, you two don't look much alike. I was worried she might be an imposter using her name to con me. She kept insisting you two were sisters, but the resemblance isn't there.
I'm really sorry about this during such a busy time. She apparently saw us together a week ago and has been demanding your contact information since then. Of course, I didn't give it to her, but she's been blowing up my phone about it.
Ah, from that time? When we were heading to the client meeting?
I warned her not to do anything silly, but to think she actually waited outside the office? I'm so sorry my sister caused trouble. Did she do anything inappropriate? Please be honest. I need to know how much damage control to do.
No, not really. She just gave me her contact information. All 7 different ways to reach her. Though I'm not planning on using any of them. She invited me to dinner too, but I declined, saying I had plans. She was quite insistent about rescheduling.
Feel free to ignore her completely. I know how she can be.
Is this your sister you mentioned before at the restaurant? During the team dinner?
Oh, right. I did vent about her once, after that 3rd round of beer.
Now I understand what you meant. About the selective hearing and the confidence.
She thinks she's beautiful and that the world revolves around her. Even now, while having a boyfriend, she's pursuing you. I won't give her any more information about you, but be careful. Your background is exactly what she's after.
My background?
You know, private prep school education, Ivy League degree, now on the fast track at a prestigious firm. She's been Googling you. Extensively.
Oh, it's not that impressive. Mostly thanks to my parents and education. And honestly, a lot of luck.
Plus, you're tall and handsome. You're exactly her type. Please be careful. Let me know if anything happens. I feel responsible since she's my sister.
It'll be fine. It's only 6 months of endurance anyway, until the transfer.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. The European office.
Besides, she only knows where I work. As long as I don't contact her, she'll give up soon. Though she did try to add me on every social media platform. I don't even know how she found my Facebook. I'm pretty sure that I set it so that they can't be seen by people who aren't friends.
I hope you're right. She can be persistent.
Better safe than sorry, though. This is a crucial time for me. The transfer, the engagement announcement.
Exactly. If anything happens, I'll be your witness. And I've saved screenshots of everything, just in case.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Though I appreciate your thoroughness.
Hey sis, isn't it your birthday today? Want a present? I'm feeling generous. A present? I have a bad feeling about this. And by the way, could you stop stalking my colleague outside our office? Security is starting to ask questions. He's just so busy. I'm the one with free time, so I'm just trying to increase our chances of meeting. Did you see my new outfit today? The red dress was totally working. He never contacted you even though you gave him your number, right? And your email, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, that should tell you something. Tell me what? He's an elite businessman, so he's busy. As long as our hearts are connected, it's fine if he can't contact me. Besides, I saw him looking my way twice last week. Your ability to delude yourself is almost impressive. It would be fine if you weren't bothering others. By the way, what happened to your boyfriend? He probably wouldn't be happy knowing you're chasing after another man. Boyfriend? What are you talking about? Huh? Emma, you had a boyfriend. Nathan. Remember him? I wouldn't be so rude as to pursue James while having a boyfriend. I dumped that poor waiter ages ago, like 2 months ago. He's ancient history. Poor waiter? That's why I'm contacting you now. I've got the perfect birthday gift for you. Wait, are you telling me you broke up with him just to tell me about it? No, silly. I gave your contact info to my ex as your birthday present. A plain girl like you would be perfect with a low-income guy. Consider my hand-me-down ex-boyfriend your gift. Aren't I the most thoughtful sister? Really? Thank you. Wait, what? You're actually happy about this? Are you that desperate for a man that you'd thank me for my leftover ex who's just a waiter? OMG, sis, have some self-respect. Well, since you clearly don't know anything, I'll keep quiet. But could you give me his contact information too? I'd like to reach out. Sure, why not? You weren't helpful with James, but I'm a caring sister that'll gladly share his info. This is perfect, actually. A low-income waiter and a career woman at a decent company. Maybe he can be your sugar baby. Though with your salary, more like a Splenda baby. Sugar baby, huh? Well, we'll see in a few months whether he needs my support or not. Have fun with my ex. Meanwhile, I'll focus on catching my elite businessman. I just got my hair done. He won't be able to resist. Some things are just impossible no matter how hard you try. Unlike you, I'm pretty, so I've got this in the bag. Just wait and see. I'll be planning a luxury wedding before you know it. Hey, sis, what's going on? He hasn't been at work for a week. I've been waiting outside every day. My new Louis Vuittons are getting ruined. Oh, you finally noticed? James transferred to the European office. What? Europe? Stop joking around. Is this revenge for me teasing you? Yes, somewhere in Europe. He was always scheduled to transfer after our project wrapped up. It was supposed to be later, but since we finished early, he moved ahead of schedule. This can't be happening. When is he coming back? Next month? 6 months? He can't just leave when we're meant to be. It's not a temporary assignment. It's a transfer. He'll be there for at least 3 years. 3 years? Oh, no. This has to be a mistake. I just bought a whole new wardrobe to impress him. And he got married before leaving. He proposed to his girlfriend so she could go with him. Had a small ceremony last weekend. Married? Oh, wait a minute. I never heard anything about a girlfriend. There's no way. I've been watching him for months. That's why I told you it was impossible. Some things just don't work out no matter how hard you try. Getting married and moving to Europe? That's so unfair. My dreams of marrying an elite businessman are ruined. How could he do this to me after all the effort I put in? Do you know how much I spent on designer clothes? Do what to you? I warned you not to pursue him. I told you not to stalk him outside the office. Who was it that ignored my advice and gave him their contact information anyway? I didn't know he had a girlfriend or was planning to transfer. Though I guess even if he had a girlfriend, he wouldn't be able to resist someone as pretty as me. Maybe if I'd worn the blue dress instead of the red one that day. Actually, he didn't just resist. He didn't even notice you. What the hell? Who does he think I am? There are tons of guys who'd love to date me. I chose him out of all of them. This is such a betrayal. I even learned how to pronounce those fancy French wines. You can't be betrayed by someone who was never yours to begin with. Are we done here? I have a dinner appointment. Seriously? Your sister is heartbroken and you're going to dinner? Supporting me should be more important than your dinner plans. I need comfort food and someone to trash talk his wife with. Sorry, but this is an important dinner. I don't care who it's with. I'm more important. Cancel it. Your sister needs you. Actually, it's with your ex-boyfriend and his father. Wait, what? Are you seriously going to date that low-income waiter? Don't tell me you're so desperate that you're already meeting his parents. Are you that willing to settle because you can't get anyone else? Settle? Oh, not at all. He's actually quite remarkable. That's impossible. A plain sister and a waiter? Match made in mediocrity. Actually, this is cheering me up. Nothing like seeing someone worse off than yourself. And imagine him becoming my brother-in-law. Oh, so hilarious. Don't bother inviting me to the wedding. It'd be too embarrassing. Though I might come just to see what kind of budget venue you end up with. Don't worry, I have no intention of having you meet him again. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have that dinner to attend. It would be terribly rude to check my phone during such an important business dinner. Whatever, good luck with your budget romance. Maybe he can get you an employee discount at the restaurant. Hey, sis, are you still dating my ex? Haven't seen you posting any sad coffee pics lately. We're not dating, and I'm not posting anything sad. I just honestly enjoy going to cafes. Really? You're not? Great, well that makes things easier. Can you give me his contact info? He changed his number and I can't reach him. I've tried like 20 times from different phones. You want to go back to someone you dumped? Well, since I lost my shot with the elite businessman, I've been trying to date other guys, but it's not working out. Even if he is just a waiter, my ex was at least good looking. He could be a temporary fix until I find someone better. He always paid for dates with his tiny salary anyway. I won't marry him, but he'll do for now. Better than being alone like you usually are. That won't work. He's incredibly busy right now. He just started working at his father's company, preparing to take over the business. He doesn't have time to waste on dating games. Wait, what? His father's company? Take over? What are you talking about? Stop making things up! Since you clearly don't know anything, I'll tell you. Nathan is the heir to a major corporation. What? But he was just a waiter. He worked at some chain restaurant with college students. This has to be a joke, right? Right? That chain restaurant, it's just one part of his father's massive hospitality group. You know, the one that owns hotels across Asia and Europe. You're lying. This can't be true. I would have known. It's all true. He was working as a waiter because he wanted to understand the business from the ground up before taking over. His career move was already decided last month. I've never heard about this. Why didn't he tell me? We dated for 8 months. You dumped him before he could tell you, remember? Right after you saw me with James that day? So he's actually super rich? Like, private jet vacation home in the Hamptons rich? Why didn't I see any signs? Yes, once his father retires, he'll be running the entire hospitality group. All those chain restaurants you looked down on, that's just the casual dining division. They also own luxury hotels, resorts, and high-end restaurants across 3 continents. Oh my God, he was my ticket to being rich all along, and he always dressed so simply, drove that regular car, lived in that normal apartment. He was super plain, and I always thought that it was a waste of his good looks, but I never thought he was actually rich. That's because he wasn't trying to show off. He's an honest and humble man. He wanted to learn the business properly, so he put more effort into his work and his mentality than dressing himself in designer goods. Come to think of it, you should probably take a leaf out of his book. Sis, if you're not dating him, I can try to get back together with him, right? I mean, I always knew he had potential. I just didn't realize how much potential. Maybe I can say I had a temporary mental breakdown when I dumped him. He specifically said he has no interest in getting back together with you. His exact words were quite, memorable. Why? I'm so much prettier than when we dated. I got my lips done and everything. He knows you abandoned him to pursue my colleague. You told him? How could you? Sisters are supposed to keep secrets. No, James told him before I got the chance. Huh? What do you mean James did? James doesn't even know Nathan, right? Think about it, Emma. Your ex is wealthy, right? And James comes from a privileged background too. Kids from those circles tend to go to the same private schools, elite prep schools, exclusive summer camps, Ivy League universities. No way. Don't tell me my ex and James know each other, like, actually know each other? They're childhood friends, went to the same schools from kindergarten through high school, played on the same lacrosse team, belonged to the same club, their families even vacation together. This can't be happening. So, all this time? Yes, all this time you were trying to pursue James. He was updating his old friend about your behavior. Those times you waited outside the office, James texted Nathan about it. Those accidental run-ins you planned, Nathan heard all about them. I think I'm going to be sick. Nathan heard everything you did from James himself. I didn't have to lift a finger. Everything? Oh, you're kidding, right? Everything was out in the open. This is a nightmare. But wait, how do you know all this if you're not dating him? You're keeping something from me. We're not dating, but we have a professional relationship. What do you mean professional relationship? Stop being so cryptic. What aren't you telling me? Our company really needed connections in the hospitality industry for a new business venture. So those dinner meetings were actually business networking sessions. I'm serving as a liaison between our companies. Wait, so those dinners with him and his father, you mean all those times you said you were too busy to help me shop? Were business meetings. Thanks to them, we've built a great professional relationship. The merger announcement goes public next week. Thanks for giving me his contact info. Saved me a lot of trouble trying to make this connection through official channels. Merger? You mean your company and his family's company? Yes, the deal I've been working on for the past 6 months. Remember all those late nights at the office you made fun of? All those boring business documents I was always carrying? No. This isn't happening. Then please tell him about me. Tell him I've realized he's the only one for me. I want to get back together with my ex. Come on, sis. Help your cute little sister out. I'll even stop making fun of your clothes. Sorry, but my work is my top priority right now. I won't do anything that might jeopardize this business relationship. The merger is worth billions. Billions? But I'm your sister. Family comes first. Jeopardize my career for someone who called me plain and invisible for months? The sister who's treated me like I'm nothing ever since we were living in the same house as kids? I don't think so. Jeopardize? What do you mean? Bringing you up would definitely do that. Nathan made it very clear he never wants to hear from you again. So I think it's best if we don't talk for a while. I'm going to block you too. And let me say this one more time. Thank you for introducing him to me. The commission from this merger will buy me a very nice apartment. Maybe even in that building you always said was out of my league. Wait, don't block me. I can change. I'll apologize to Nathan. I'll stop making fun of your coffee posts. I'll even like your cat memes. Goodbye, Emma. Good luck with your future dating plans. Though you might want to avoid the hospitality industry, Nathan's quite influential there now. Sarah! Don't you dare block me. I'm your sister, your only sister. What about family loyalty? My career has been going wonderfully since the merger, and I've secured my position on the corporate advancement track, so I'm actually somewhat grateful for my sister's impulsive behavior. The partnership with Nathan's company has exceeded all projections. Since then, Emma hasn't been able to let go of Nathan. She tried going to his old house, but he'd already moved into a luxury apartment near his company's headquarters. She tried staking out his office, but the corporate building was so huge with so many employees that she never managed to spot him. I heard from our mother that she's still talking about him, checking his company's press releases and trying to figure out which events he might attend. To this day, she hasn't succeeded in meeting him again. I wonder when she'll find out that he's already found someone special through proper matchmaking channels. Someone who, unlike my sister, actually appreciated him before knowing about his background. As for James and his wife, they're enjoying life in Europe. Emma still doesn't know that James's wife is actually Nathan's cousin, another detail she missed during their 8 months of dating. And it's probably better that way. Some people never learn. Time to focus on my work. We have another major deal coming up, and I heard Nathan might be bringing his new fiancée to the next board meeting. I should prepare those quarterly reports. Maybe get coffee at that overpriced cafe Emma always mocked. After all, I can afford it now.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.